Bloons Tower Defense 6 is a beloved tower defense game, mostly because of the depth and variety in it. It's got a lot of different upgrades and paths and so many choices you can make that just aren't available in other tower defense games. It's widely regarded as one of, if not the greatest tower defense games of all time, and today I decided to try and speedrun beating an advanced map on hard as fast as I could. Now the keyword there is try, because I don't want to spoil anything, but you'll see later in the video. And yeah, the basic rules are pretty much anything goes. I just need to beat an advanced map on hard as quick as I can. Alright, so today we're going to be speedrunning any expert map, hard mode, Bloons TD6. Now, the timer, I've got some stuff written down, my goals. I also have a notepad with things I want to get written down. Yeah, so the speedrun starts as soon as I hit this button and start the tutorial. Most of this is going to be time-lapse, but there'll probably be a few key moments where I slow down footage and talk. So yeah. So as soon as I placed down Quincy, it let me leave the tutorial without needing finishing it. So I immediately went to logs, which would be the beginner map of my choice, and I would need to beat that to unlock an intermediate map. So my immediate strategy was to place all of my towers right at the start of the track. Since I wasn't too concerned about leaks, it would allow me to just kill all the balloons much faster. As you'll see throughout this time lapse, there were a couple instances in which the balloons got through the first bend, but they would get caught on the way through. My main towers that I wanted to get would be a cluster bomb 203 and a 024 dart monkey. So that's mostly what I was doing throughout this whole first part, the first 3 levels. I think I unlock sharpshooter by the end of this, but I don't end up using it, and I really just spam down a whole lot of crossbows because I don't want to allow the mob to get through, in addition to a couple cannons just unlocking the levels that I needed. Alright, so I really don't want to let the mob get past that first bend because that's going to take a long time to pop if it does, so I'm just sort of spamming as many crossbows as I can get down. Having completed logs on easy mode, I continued on to beat cracked and intermediate. Now if you didn't know, to unlock an expert map you need to beat any advanced map, and to unlock advanced you need to beat intermediate, etc. So I would be beating logs, cracked, and then for advanced I would be beating offshore, and then my expert map of choice would be Dark Castle since that is the easiest one. And as I got into the cracked map, nothing really interesting happened to this whole run. I just continued unlocking upgrades that I wanted, namely 024 dart, 203 cannon, and I think I wanted a 204 sub. So continue placing down those towers and just playing the game. Like I said, nothing really interesting happened, so we'll just let this play out. So at this point, I had completely finished doing cracked, so I moved on to offshore. Again, much of the same. It was at this point I decided it might be a good idea to go for Wizard Monkey and unlock Shimmer, because that would give me the ability to decamo balloons without needing to have my submergence support sub placed near it, which will be important as you'll come to see later in the video. And again, much of the same, I decided to take advantage of the XP mechanics in this game by spamming a bunch of level 0 wizards up at the top to give them XP. And again, this one I think almost went even easier than cracked or logs, and it was all just very quick and simple. No, not really anything interesting again, just still preparing for Dark Castle. So at this point, I decided for some reason that I was gonna try to upload or upgrade ninjas. Um, there really wasn't any point. It was already around 37. I was gonna get like no XP, but I did it anyways. And actually, it did end up mattering that I had placed the ninjas because, as you'll be seeing here in a second, well, not a second, but soon, the mob almost ended up killing me, but I managed to survive whatever balloons had leaked and took out the rest. So, yeah, we made it through offshore with very little issue, and we were cruising on towards Dark Castle. So, loading into Dark Castle, I initially made the mistake of starting in easy, but then I immediately left and rejoined on hard. The early game, the very start was kind of iffy, but then towards the middle of it, we started just cruising through. And it seemed like this run was going to be extremely easy. It was going to be sub 30 minutes. However, the title don't lie. You'll see later on um, that would not come to fruition. Yeah, I think I'll just let this play out, and you'll see what happens. So for the remainder of this video, I'm not even going to bother turning off the music to talk, but I will raise the volume of my voice. You can see already things are starting to go south. We've already needed to use the free revive that you get when you create a new account on your first game, which I actually didn't know about until I recorded this video, because I had completely forgotten one of those waves was far more difficult than the rest, and I almost missed camo or missed leads, but I managed to place down the alchemist just in time. And then I thought after that hiccup we would be fine and we would keep going, but obviously not. And sure enough, not even 20 lives later, I ended up dying and needing to use some monkey money on a revive, and that would not be the last death either. So right about here, I died to camo leads because I totally forgot they existed, and I needed to get my wizards back down. And then promptly after, I'll save you the trouble of watching this. Right around 78, I ended up almost dying because of ceramics, but I went back, put a recursive cluster down, and then immediately afterward died to camo ceramics, which did not make me happy. I did end up trying one more time. So I did a clean restart and placed down some subs, and I tried using the village to see if I could get camo detection on it, but then In typical fashion, I ended up dying because I did not have good enough defenses and then promptly rage quit because I was tired. And yeah, I am not good at this game. If you ever need advice on it, don't come to me. But if you guys want to see me try something like this in another video or another game, or it could be a similar challenge in Bloons TD6, just let me know in the comments. And subscribe for more content related to not just Bloons TD6, but gaming in general. I like to do challenges and skits and stuff like that. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next one.